Gotta love H-Town. This city shows a hoop of love.
MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
Coming right up, the Rockets taking on the Lakers. For the Houston Rockets, a nice start early. Winners of 2 of their first 3. Lakers, Rockets, coming up next. So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. And giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. And it's still early in the season, but it's always a good time to check out some power rankings. A lot could change before playoff time. You look at Portland, they pulled themselves up to the second place spot.
Checking out the Lakers, they are steamrolling everyone as expected. Tons of talent, nice team chemistry. This is the team to beat this year.
And now the Los Angeles starters. They've got Williams, Bobby Portis out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Connect, and it's Boomer in at the point guard position. And for Houston, we've got Amen Thompson, Alperen Şengün out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Shepard, and it's Green in at the 2. And the season's still very young, Clark. Important for teams to build some momentum early on.
Anytime you can get momentum, that's a good thing. Positive momentum I'm talking about. And you might not make or break your season with a good start early, but you don't want to establish a negative trend at all. Positive progress is what you're looking for.
Here's Boomer. Drops puts in the layup for two.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Green. Outside Reed. Launches it. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson.
Off-ball preparation paying off for Reed. He was just waiting for that pass.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
And we discussed Mikal Bridges. Coach said Mikal creates a lot of problems with his movement off the ball. He keeps the defense on its toes. We can't allow him to get into a rhythm. And he also praised Bridges' on-ball defense. He'll be the focus of their game plan tonight. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Shepherd. Playing Utah, he was nearly unstoppable. And we're about a minute into the first. And Clark, Bobby Portis has really become a fan favorite around the league.
He sure has. He's one of my favorites. I mean, everybody loves Bobby Buckets, and I think it's because he's got a blue-collar style and mentality. He's not a guy that was super highly touted coming into the league, and he brings great energy, passion, and tenacity, and he produces. You can't allow Reed to get that kind of positioning. He's got great touch down there.
Williams on the wing. Bridges passes to Boomer. The three is up. Gets the three ball to go. Boomer's got 7. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Pass to Reed. On the wing, Green. Thompson scanning the floor. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
My goodness. Amen Thompson making a statement at the hoop.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Boomer. He's got 7. Out to Bridges. Here's Connect. Here's Boomer. The rebound by Shepherd.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
And that one good.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Here's Boomer. Bridges outside. Pass to Portis. And another 3 for the Lakers.
This speaks to how assertive Portis is, and he's skilled at knocking it down off the catch, too.
Here's Shepherd. Here's the teardrop. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch.
Here's Boomer. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first quarter. Again, the Lakers.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Outside, Green. Shot from 16. Thompson, no good. The Lakers in the lead. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Williams with the screen. Here's Bridges. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They defeated Utah in their last game.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
Here's Boomer. He picked up 30 points in their last win against the Suns in Phoenix.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Thompson outside. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Williams. Pass to Boomer. Şengün against Portis. Shoots over Şengün. And again, it's the Lakers.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Now here's Green. He had a big outing in that Jazz game as well. And here is Thompson. They need this. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Making some changes. Green comes in for Kamara, and it's Shepard in for DiVincenzo. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Green against Doncic. Portis with a screen on Green. The open shot. Doncic. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Doncic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, Bobby Portis out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then it's Connect. And it's Boomer in at the point. And it's the Rockets with the ball, trailing by 8.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in their last game against the Suns played some superb basketball. He finished with 30 points, and his range was on full display. It turned out to be just the night he needed to break out of his funk. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Here's Shepard. He's got 9. Outside, Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And Şengün throw it down.
Turkish thunder. Şengün tasting the sauce up top.
A minute 4 left in the second period. Boomer can't get it to go. Rockets trail by 9. Pass to Shepard. Back to Thompson. Now here's Green. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Portis.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Ah, nice shot by Boomer.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Well, the Rockets shooting 53% here in the second quarter. Here's Şengün. Outside, Green. Şengün, a screen on Doncic. Green for 3. Green's feeling it at the arc.
And their offense seems to be coming around. Now they're shooting upwards of 50% from the field.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
And he's going for the lob. Oh, Brooks with the steal. And they're running. Deflected. To the inside, Boomer. That'll do it for the first half. It's Los Angeles. They're up by 8. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Thank you for joining us. Getting right to the story, things are going well for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Offense is clicking right now. They're playing high-quality ball, selfless. I'm surprised they're not up by more.
Yo, that being said, Shaq, you can't get complacent. Got to keep stepping on that gas pedal.
And now, here's the player of the week from both the East and West. The Western Conference winner, Victor Wembanyama.
Tremendous effort lately for this guy. Victor, 7'4". This dude is 7'4". Folks, I mentioned because skills-wise, he's kind of like a small forward.
Lots of great NBA players from France, but he has a good shot at being the best of that group. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Naz Reid out there with Amin Thompson. Then there's Alperen Sengun. Then it's Jalen Green, and it's Shepard in at the point. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half.
I didn't see that coming. He sinks a pretty dicey shot.
Pass to Reid. Now here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Once he takes flight, Green can make some incredible moves in the air.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Boomer. He's got 16. And the layup is good off the glass. Boomer's got 18 points in the game.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Here's Shepard. He's got 9. Clock at 6. Here's Thompson. And he buries that one. Back rim and in.
Oh, man. Carving this defense to pieces with the drive. Well done.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Rockets trail by 8. The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Sengun, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Sengun out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Now here's Bridges. Portis a screen. Bridges passes to Portis. Shoots over Reid. And it's Portis. That time on the assist by Bridges. 7 points in the game.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
The Rockets have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Pass to Sengun. Here's Shepard. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And Clark, we're seeing greater parity league-wide, but there's still those teams wandering the wilderness.
Yeah, and some of that is due to teams failing to draft well. You've got to be a little lucky, but you also have to be good in your draft selections. And it's not enough to have a high pick. It's really what you do with whatever picks you have and getting it right. Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Outside Reid. Pass to Shepard. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
Love the pass from Reid that time. These guys love playing with him.
Here's Boomer. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Whitmore's checked in. Doncic is checked in for Los Angeles. Rockets trail by 9. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Shot's good by Thompson.
This coaching staff encourages Thompson to look for a shot, especially when he's in close.
Here's Boomer. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Boomer's got 9 points now in the second half. Thompson with it. 6 points for him. Pass to Şengün. Green with the ball. Reed passes to Green. Now Thompson. He tries for three. Williams grabs the board.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Doncic with it. Luka! Get off me!
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
To the left wing. Reed against Portis. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Bobby Portis.
And every season, it seems, Reed takes another step forward in adding to his game, and that's a testament to his strong work ethic.
That one misses. Dylan Brooks checked in for Houston. So both teams changing it up here. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. He questioned his team's effort, asking them, should I put in the bench right now? Wake up, guys. We can still win this game, but I need you all to play like you believe you can. Not exactly a fun huddle to listen in on, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Shepherd.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Uneasy, too, on the layup. Shepherd's got 5 points now this quarter.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And so in the game for the Lakers, they've got Luka Doncic. James is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Wilson in at the 4. And book it for Vanderbilt.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Shepherd. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. Shepherd's got 21.
His third triple of the game. A little more success from out there in the second half.
Here's Boomer. There's the triple. And they get it back. Lets the three fly. And that one's good. Wilson's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify. The situation, leaving little room for error. And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Williams is checked in for Vanderbilt. Bobby Portis comes in for Wilson. Bridges, he's checked in for James. And Connect subbed in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Green. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Inside. Şengün, no good. Los Angeles leading by 12. Pass to Connect. Three-pointer. And Los Angeles, another three.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, really left them no choice there. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
Hits the trifecta.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now here's Green. Over connect. Houston with another miss. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pass to Boomer. Pulls it. Reed with the rebound. And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. It's a 16-point game.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Lakers.
And it was dueling three-pointers all night. A battle they won.
Both teams had the same plan. Win the game on the perimeter. So fun to watch.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And it will be a fight. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Boomer.
It's hard to think of a part of the game where he didn't play a major role, mentally, physically. I mean, he showed us what he's capable of when he's feeling his best.
Oh, nice shot by Boomer.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Now here's Green. And a strong finish with 2 hands. 20 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
So we see the Lakers taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.
Yeah, another day, another win. Good work. Win this thing so we can get some Italian beef sandwiches.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Skylar Court singing the national anthem. A fantastic rendition. Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Portis, connect out there with Boomer. Then it's Williams. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. And for the Bulls, Buzelis out there with Williams. Then it's Kobe White. Then it's Trae Young. Here we are, Greg, looking at early returns from these teams. It's pretty revealing.
Yeah, the first few games of the season quickly tell you what you're good at. And they tell you also what you need to work on.
So it'll be Chicago off the tip. Lets it go from deep. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Buzelis with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. They set the pick. The 9-foot shot. Nice jump shot. Good. Buzelis has got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Bulls. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
The Lakers with the ball after the missed three from Trae Young. It's good.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Now, here is Young. Last game he had 34 points. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, he's lights out when he has space. Trae Young, one of the best shooters in the league.
Pass to Portis. Connect with it. Launches it. Sinks the three-pointer.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Buzelis following the three by the Lakers. A three-pointer is right on target.
They're one of the best from deep. Trae Young with the emphatic three.
Boomer gets the bucket. Boomer's got his second basket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
They set the pick. Here's Young. Another shot. Bilic. Excellent D there from Williams. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And now, joining us on the line, Shams Charania with a recent development. Shams, what's the latest?
Hey, Kevin. The front office for the Hawks is not wasting time this season to make moves. They made a move for a consummate professional, and Chris Middleton doesn't create drama. He's a guy who just goes about his business, a terrific jump shooter, and he has the length to guard any position. He'll plug into this lineup perfectly.
Hey, Shams, we appreciate the report. Always some interesting news to find out about the NBA. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer, in the last game against Houston, lit up the floor. He had 27 points, and he was in a rhythm from both three-point land and the foul line. Impressive games like the one he just had show why this team has been so successful coming out of the gate. We'll see if they can continue their early season success tonight.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Bulls making a switch here. Jackson's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Doncic is checked in. Boomer gets the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
1:49 left to play here in the first. Young inside. He's guarded by Boone. Young's shot is good. Young's got 8 points.
Well, Young is so tenacious that it balances out any of the size differential in the paint.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Here's Young after the basket by the Lakers. Offline with his three.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Boomer, no good. And so Young will bring it up for the Bulls. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season. Pass to White. Jackson passes to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And that's 10 points for Trae Young.
When you watch Young, there's that courage to his game.
Now, here's Portis. And here's Doncic from the arc. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Young. He's got 10. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Doncic with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Kobe White.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Both teams. With some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Najee Marshall. Connect comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Boomer in for James. Young up top. Outside Jackson. Pass to Smart. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Young outside. Just 5 on the clock. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 12 in the game.
I mean, look, Trae Young is getting whatever he wants. Just keep getting him the ball.
So for the Lakers right now, Luka Doncic out there with Boomer. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Connect. And it's Portis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Here's Smart after the made shot from Boone. Jackson setting the pick here for Young. The offensive rebound, and Jackson throws it down hard.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Boomer, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Smart. He has yet to score. With the fadeaway. It's hauled in by Doncic.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Portis, the pass to Boone. Back to Portis. Ring shot on the way. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Smart. Bielich fades away and sinks the tough shot.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
The Lakers with the ball. After the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Boone, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Young kicks to Smart. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. To the left wing. Lets it go from 14. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. From the arc. And good, the 3-point shot, good from Boone. And now it's a 9-point Laker lead. And so it's Los Angeles in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Hey everybody, always a fascinating story. Our first order of business. Let's catch you up on some trades around the league. You know, I love sitting up here and doing this show with you guys. I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is pretty unreal they pay us to do this. Did I say that out loud?
Wait, you guys get paid?
Well, yeah, we wouldn't sit here and deal with you for free.
You gotta call my agent now.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Seems like they can't miss, just rolling offensively, getting whatever they want.
You haven't heard this in a while, fellas. SLN, Shaq-like numbers. When you're doing that, it means dominance.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. A fantastic game from Boomer in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Lakers leading by 9. Trae Young is out there with White. Then it's Williams. Then it's Buzelis. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Here's Young after the basket by the Lakers. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by Boone.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Pass to Williams. Bridges outside. Here is Boomer. Fires from deep. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Now here's Williams. No scoring in this one. Here's White. Rebound by Williams. Lakers leading by 14. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Portis' screen on White. Connect. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, very hot start out of halftime. Making their first 3 shots, getting the looks that they want, and knocking them down.
Bilic. He's guarded by Williams. Good on the shot.
Well, you have to be a great passer to average double-figure assists. And that's something Young has done multiple times.
Here is Boomer. 23 points in the game. Pass to Connect. Portis sets the pick for Connect. And here is Portis. Now Connect. There's the triple. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
White finds Williams. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Lakers leading by 14. Right side, Williams. Outside Portis. Back to Williams. Pass to Boomer. Lets the 3 fly. Chicago grabs the miss. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds in this game. The Bulls have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. There's 1:54 left here in the third quarter. Here's Young. 12 points for him. Williams for 3. That shot, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Boomer gets the bucket. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up.
Teams deciding to change it up. James kicks to Marshall. Pass to Boomer. He takes it in, and he lays it straight in. Boomer's got 27.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
So for the Lakers right now, you've got Luka Doncic, Boomer out there with James, and it's Marshall in at the 4 spot. And again, Chicago, no good. Lakers leading by 15. Here's Boone, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Pass to Haywood. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. A new lineup here for the Bulls. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Williams, he's checked in for Wilson. Bobby Portis comes in for Marshall. Mikal Bridges checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Connect in for James. Bulls trail by 18. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Williams finds White. Williams has a screen for White. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
A smooth three-point shot from White, who just had to hit them right back.
To the right side. Now Connect. Pass to Boomer. Shoots it up. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. White with it. A rebound by the Lakers. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Boomer the pass to Williams. Here is Boomer. Here's the three. And another three for the Lakers.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
It's rebounded by Portis. Lakers leading by 18. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Boom. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Boomer's got 37.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Boomer.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
And so it's the Lakers with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Boone, hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Puts the move on. A rebound by the Lakers. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Makes it off the glass. Boomer's got 41.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And here's White. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Great win tonight, MP.
MP got the job done tonight, as usual. They don't even know what's coming for them.
The other team's already worried about stopping you, MP.
And as the Lakers entered the building, there was a fierce look in their eyes. That's the look of a team out to defend its home court. Happy Halloween, everyone. We're bringing treats here at 2K Sports. It's a special October 31st NBA Throwdown. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup, we've got Zion Williamson. DeJounte Murray is out there with Griffin. Then there's Sharp. And for Los Angeles, they've got Connect. Bobby Portis out there with Williams. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Boomer in at the point guard position. Well, Grant, to be here for some horrifying hoops on Halloween. You like that?
I do. That's pretty good, man. What could be scarier than losing on Halloween? Looks like a lot of the fans showed up with their Halloween spirit, so it should be fun for everyone choosing to spend their evening with us.
Here we go. So the Lakers will get the first possession here. Out left to the wing. Griffin pulls down the board. Pass to Murray. And here's Sharp. Now here's Williamson. Lets a floater go. Outside Murray. Let's go with a three. The putback. The rebound by Bridges. And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
I asked Coach how they plan to limit DeJounte Murray tonight, and he told me we have to match his energy on both ends of the court. DeJounte is a player who can create something out of nothing with the intensity that he plays with. We can expect to see a lot of hustle on the court tonight, B.A.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you. And after missing their first three shots, maybe this will get them going.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Boomer, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Williamson. Turned in an outstanding game against Milwaukee. Murray's shot is good.
Well, Murray's got the range. It's the consistency he's looking for.
The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Boomer. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now. Murray with it. His last outing, he had 24 points. Pass to Sharp. Williamson with it. Defended by Portis. Williamson against Portis. Williamson misses.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
It's Bridges on the wing. Pelicans cleared away. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad. Murray finds Griffin. Back to Murray. To the left side wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williamson. No good on the shot. Oh, great D that time from Portis. Brett, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Well, B.A., he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. I mean, he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
Here's Williamson following the score by the Lakers. And no good trying to use the glass.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night. Both teams deciding to change it up. That's good from Bridges.
And every year, Bridges seems to take another leap. His work ethic and drive to improve is impressive.
New Orleans calls timeout. And one Laker fan here tonight, social media superstar Mark Phillips.
Yeah, we've seen him trending with impressions of LeBron, getting his clout up a little bit. You know, he's happy with what he's seen from the team here tonight.
Here's Hawkins. To halt the run. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Lakers lead by 7. Here's Boomer. Griffin pulls down the board. Well, the defender stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. New Orleans shooting their first free throw of the evening.
14th pick in the 2023 draft, Jordan Hawkins.
He's checked in for New Orleans. DeJounte Murray comes in for Highsmith. Well, Brent, there's some players who never stop talking trash on the court. Was that distracting to you?
Not really, B.A. That's kind of the fun part of the game when somebody's trying to get under your skin a little bit. If it's not just playing defense and it comes with a little chit-chat, that sometimes draws your attention and makes you focus a little bit more.
They've got Connect. Williams is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Boomer in at the point. That's the Laker 5. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in their last game against the Bulls was a man on a mission. He ended up with 41 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., there was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. Pass to Grimes. Murray from outside. He drops it from range. Murray's got 8 points.
That's an area DeJounte Murray continues to work on. When he's hitting threes, man, he's dangerous.
Here's Connect. Lets it fly. A miss there. Still shooting 6 for 9, though. Murray passes to Grimes. Here's Hawkins. He's got 11. Sharp finds Murray. Back to Sharp. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Marshall, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. The Lakers lead by 3. Here's Boomer. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. 1:03 left in the first half of this one. And here's Griffin outside. No luck on that one.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Doncic's shot is good.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Pass to Sharp. Now Williamson. They set the screen. And they double up Williamson. Uncovered. Rebounded by Marshall.
He loved to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Just unable to do so.
Here's Boomer. It's deflected.
Oh, Murray timing that one right, and with that 6'10 wingspan, he can get to it.
Williamson looking around. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And it's good. But hang on here. The officials may want to take a look at it on the replay monitor. Well, these teams are going to have to wait before heading to the line.
The previous play is under review.
Time.
While this call may not decide the game, you always prefer to get it right.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And the ruling is in. The call stands. No bucket. So no change in the score as we end the quarter.
Good move to review that shot. That was really close to counting.
And so it's Los Angeles, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And you look at the numbers. They're playing so well offensively. Nice flow. Only a few wasted possessions, guys.
And if they continue on this track, they're pulling away down the stretch. Mark my words.
And now a subject that's always of interest, player movement around the league.
We all know how talented Chris Middleton is. He adds a huge boost to this team's prospects. A former second-round pick who's turned himself into an all-star. He can shoot the daggers from anywhere on the floor, and he has the length to play lockdown D.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we're ready to get this second half of our Halloween broadcast going. Pelicans trail by 8. So for New Orleans right now. Sharp out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Griffin in at the shooting guard. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Brent, what's something you've seen from Murray's time in San Antonio to now?
Well, there's been no stoppage, BA, of the type of work that DeJounte Murray puts in. Now, he's had to learn a new system, but he's adapted to that, and he continues to play both ends of the floor to make an impact.
Here's Williamson following the score by Los Angeles. And out of bounds, Los Angeles will have it. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the New Orleans Pelicans. On Monday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. And then on Friday, they head back home to host the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for their matchup with the Clippers, that should be an interesting one. Early in the season, both teams will still be working out the details.
Here's Boomer. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. Chalk up 2 there.
And when you've got your opponent down, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Now here's Williamson looking to end this cold spell. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
That's good from Williamson.
Well, we talk a lot about guys and the obstacles that they overcome. Williamson has faced many setbacks, but still staying committed to the game.
It's both from the stripe. Los Angeles leading by 10. And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And Griffin gets it to go.
And those assist numbers for Murray keep going up because he can score.
For Los Angeles, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. It's Bridges on the wing. Pass to connect. This one for 3. Nails it from 3. And the Lakers lead by 11.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
New Orleans calls timeout.
They're giving up a lot of points in the paint. That's something they have to address here.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And here we have the 2K leaderboard with last year's best three-point shooters. Dalton Knecht, number 1. Third is Luka Doncic.
It was fun watching both of these guys tear it up from downtown. It just seemed like any chance they got to take the deep ball, they took the shot without hesitation. I just love the confidence.
Now here's Murray. Give him 8. Griffin outside. Williamson inside. Portis on him. Shot clock at 6. Sharp finds Griffin. Over Knecht. Griffin's shot is off. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Here's Boomer. Finished off the break. Boomer's got 21 points in the game.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Pelicans trail by 13. Here's Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Out to Portis. Bridges passes to Boomer. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
The Pelicans shooting just under 40% from the field. Sharp, a screen on Portis. Williams against Sharp. Pass to Murray. From outside the arc. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
And it feels like DeJounte Murray's working at the post office right now because there's stamps of him all over this game.
Here's Boomer. The rebound by Murray. Pelicans trail by 8. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Griffin outside. That three's off the mark.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Boomer passes to Williams. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Ooh, the deep hit on that pass fake. That freed him up. Bridges has got 5 points.
Yeah, picking his spots. Bridges does a great job of letting the game come to him.
Back to Murray. 51 seconds left in the third. Good.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him. So both teams making some changes here. And so he hits both. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Hawkins. Down low. They set the pick. 5 on the clock. No good on the 3. Los Angeles leading by 10.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. Releases. Gets a very good look and converts. He's got 10.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. The Lakers on top. They lead by 12. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Going with a whole new group out there. Mikal Bridges is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Connect. Then it's Williams. And it's Boomer in at the 1. That's the Laker 5. Now here's Murray. Pass to Griffin. Fires from the wing. And again, New Orleans no good. The Lakers lead by 6. Bridges outside. Jacks up a 3. No luck on that one. Here's New Orleans now. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Here's Williamson. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bridges passes to Williams. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Sharp's got 5 rebounds in the game. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Sometimes it's the ripcord that you have to pull guarding Zion. The only way to stop him is to foul him.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for New Orleans.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. They're boxing out. They're getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
And here's New Orleans now, following the score by Los Angeles. The shot no good. Oh, great D that time from Portis. Pass to Boomer. Portis outside. Williams a screen on Williamson with his first shot attempt. And Williams punches it home.
And just an incredible effort on the offensive glass.
Wow, follows it up with the putback to finish the play. Well, Brent, you've won championships, but you've also been on some bad teams. What's that experience like?
Well, B.A., very kind of you to remind me of that, although the therapy has paid off, so I'm doing just fine. When you are experiencing seasons that aren't going as successful as the team would like it to go, there's a point of pride in the game and the way that you approach it. You can't separate yourself from your teammates. You got to dig in and show that you have the mettle to go out there and still compete.
Here's Boomer after the basket by New Orleans. Pass to connect. Williams with the screen. And connect with the three. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Lakers.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Boomer.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastated.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Now here's Griffin. Beyond the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Here's Boomer. 17 seconds left in the fourth. Here's the three. On target from range. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
And that'll do it, folks. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.
Wins pay the bills, baby. They're a good team, but we got you. So we're going to win.
Hey, MP, it's your world. We just live in.
Hey, and look at this. Fans are already pumped up, and the energy is visibly escalating outside of this venue. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in Toronto where they'll take on the Raptors.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Smith is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. And it's Branham in at the shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, we've got Connect. Bridges out there with Portis. Then it's Williams. And it's Boone in at the point guard position. And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
Here's York. Outside Mathurin. Pass to Giannis.
Hey, who's watching now?
Smith with a screen on Portis. Here's Giannis. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And they really all have confidence in Antetokounmpo to run that set. They're willing to put every aspect of their offense in his hands.
Here is Boomer in the game against New Orleans. Very impressive. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
The Bucks working the ball around. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass. Giannis has got his second bucket.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now, Antetokounmpo after the missed three from Boone. To the inside. Branham can't get it to go. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Branham can't get it to go. LA's on 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Boomer the pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. All 3 off the mark. Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. To the middle, Smith the pass to York. And rebounded by Connect.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at the rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Here he goes. Boomer, no good. The Bucks trail. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer, in the last game against New Orleans, lit up the floor. He added 29 points and made the most of his opportunities from both the floor and the line. It was just the game he needed to snap out of that cold spell. We'll try to keep the momentum going tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
1:44 left to play in the first quarter. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. The Lakers making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Milwaukee. .141 left to play in the first. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Here's Giannis after the made shot from Boone. Pass to Mathurin. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Some changes for the Lakers. For Milwaukee. Ruff's jacked in, and Miles McBride subbed in for Benedict Mathurin. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Boone. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Bones Hyland is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Porter. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Huff in at the center, locking down the middle. Sinks the triple. Vanderbilt's got his first 3 points of the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Lillard scanning the floor. And the shot is good.
How about Lillard? He hits the defense with a sweet move and then makes sure to finish the play.
Out to the right wing. And Marshall kicks to Boone. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. Marshall's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
McBride with the ball. He's defended by Reed. Huff hands it from downtown. Huff's got 5.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Reeves outside. Porter pulls it in. Bucks trail by 13. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Hyland passes to Lillard. There's the steal. Here's Boone. Lays it up off the glass. Boomer's got 7 points here in this quarter. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Good on the bucket. And it's 13 points for Boomer.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Bucks trail by 17. 52 seconds left now here in the second. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Doncic outside. Fires the three. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Lillard, the pass to Huff. Down low. Here's Porter. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Here is Boomer, covered by Lillard. Here's Boone, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
And a look here now at the Bucks. They knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. You hope they're learning something out there. Challenging times for the franchise.
And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Their defense has been trash. That is, if you can call it defense. I call it being lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy, Shaq. They've been outworked, and you got to beat them to the basketball. That's the kind of team that you want to have. And so far, they haven't answered the bell.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. A fantastic game from Boomer in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity. So obviously greatness and longevity coincide.
We've got Mikal Bridges. Boomer out there with Connect. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Williams at the center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Giannis outside, and they call an illegal screen here. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. And you look at Connect. He's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, Boomer. He's another player that shoots it extremely well from outside.
What shooting we saw from them all season. I mean, I'd love to see these guys in a game of horse. They'd probably be draining shots from midcourt.
Portis kicks to Bridges. Good on the three-point shot. Bridges has got 11.
Look at that catch and shoot ability from Bridges. Not all forwards have that skill.
Now Mathurin. Nothing on the board. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Nice move. And Giannis throws it down.
Making it look simple. The athleticism of Giannis on full display.
And it's Connect in the corner. Outside Portis. Pass to Connect. Clock at 4. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's York. He's guarded by Boone. York can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Williams. Outside Portis. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Pass to Smith. Now Giannis. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Let's just say they weren't on the same page there. Not sure he was expecting that pass.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Smith the pass to York. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
Shoots from the line. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Here's Portis. Again, Los Angeles.
And he's shooting it at an efficient clip, but he needs to keep looking to score. It's what his team relies on him to do.
Pass to Branham. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, defended by Portis. Antetokounmpo's shot's good.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
And it's Connect in the corner. Williams with the ball, covered by Smith. And the shot goes in. Williams has got 5.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Williams with the block. And he gets it back. 5 on the clock. Here's Branham. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Connect. Pass to Boomer. The tray. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And that's now 20 points for Boomer.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Over in the corner, Mathurin. Here's Branham. Still scoreless. And here is Antetokounmpo. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Pass to Bridges. Floats one up, and the layup is good. He's got 13.
The runner, something Bridges has definitely worked on and added to his game.
Portis against Giannis. Can't hit from in close. Here is Boomer. 20 points for him. Drives to the hoop, and he banks in the layup. Boomer's got 22 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart...
Milwaukee with a whole new lineup now. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo is out there with Smith. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. And it's York in at the point.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
There's the pick. Here's Branham. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Smith sets the pick for Giannis. From down in the low post, it goes.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Here is Boomer. Pass to Doncic. On the wing, Reeves. 5 to shoot. Takes a three. Knocks down the three ball.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Here's Mathurin. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Vanderbilt's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Boone. Plays it up and banks it in. Boomer's got 27 points.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Pass to Branham. There's the pick. To the paint. Now here is Smith. Outside, Antetokounmpo. A rebound by the Lakers. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 20-4 run right now.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Boomer.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The three. The shot, no good. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.
Long season. Time to grab that lunch pail and go to work.
Objects in motion, stay in motion. As long as
Hi, everyone, and welcome. We've got a special one for you, as tonight's action is part of the NBA Cup. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Pacers, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
You know, for the Lakers, they've really delivered so far, playing with incredible energy and just steamrolling lesser teams.
All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Jeremy Sohan out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. Then there's Robert Williams. And it's Hendricks in at the point guard position. And for the Lakers, they've got Connect. Williams is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Boomer in at the 1. Year after year, this early portion of the season is characterized by a great deal of overreaction, Grant.
The media and fans build up a lot of expectations in the offseason. And it's not that bad, but when those expectations aren't met, watch out. Listen, we all just need to settle down and see how things play out. The season is still very young.
Pass to Bridges. Portis with a screen on Butler. For 3, Bridges. Podziemski grabs the board. And here's Sohan. Here's Hendricks. Back to Sohan. From 12 feet. Good on the jump shot.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
Boy, I tell you what, that's going to be like a pinball machine, the way that scoreboard's going to light up.
Here's Boomer. We saw him with 29 points in his last game. And here's Connect outside. Gets the 3 to fall.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. And here's Butler. Pass to Hendricks. Back to Butler. Williams grabs the board.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Here's Boomer. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Nice pass by Bridges. Just keeping his options open out there.
Sohan outside. Back to Butler. Williams a screen on Bridges. And here's Butler outside. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Williams. No one covering.
Oh, productive from back there. Bridges showing the range.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Sohan outside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Bobby Portis. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Lakers.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance. So knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Luka Doncic has checked in for Mikal Bridges. The Warriors also with a sub. Kuminga's checked in. That Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Hendricks, no good. The Lakers in the lead, and keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Boomer in the last game against the Bucks was a man on a mission. He picked up 29 points, and he was in the zone offensively. There was nothing the D could do to stop him. Performances like his are why they have been an absolute force on the hardwood. We'll see if they can keep rolling, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
So it's Los Angeles now, after the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. A minute 37 left in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Doncic has it all, full package. Soft hands that time made the floater look easy.
Here's Hendricks. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Pulls up on the wing, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Boomer. Here's the floater. Has to connect. Puts up a 3. Connects from downtown. Connects got 6.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Sohan. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Williams.
Get through.
Here's Hendricks. And he lobs it up top. And Williams punches it home.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Here's Boomer. And Los Angeles, another 3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And it's good for 2. Hendricks has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Here's Boomer. Uses the glass on the layup.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
And so it's Los Angeles leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their work from distance has been impressive, and it's put them in this lead right now. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And for those of you changes here for the Warriors. Williams comes in for Butler, and it's Brandon Podziemski in for Hood Schifino. Lakers trail by 3. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Connect. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Boomer in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Moore. No points yet. 4-3. And it's Connect with a rebound. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. From 20 feet. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Boomer's got 10 points in the game. The Warriors have gotten 8 of 12 attempts to drop since the beginning of the second. Now Pajimski. Here's Kuminga. And the Warriors miss again.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Here's Boomer. Fires in the triple. 13 points in the game.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
The Warriors trailing. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Pajimski. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Williams is checked in for the Lakers. Sohan's checked in for the Warriors. Hendricks comes in for more. The Lakers on D. Here's Hendricks. He's got 6. Lets it fly. Misses the jumper from the wing.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
Just aggressive and effective. Taking it right to the defense.
The Luka 3. Money.
Don't know what you're thinking, but you got to get out on that or Luka going to cook you.
Here's Hendricks. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. The Lakers lead by 5. 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Misses in close. To the middle. Here's Sohan. Good D by Doncic.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
Here's Sohan. Second chance effort. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's Connect. He's watched by Kuminga. Here's Boomer. Connects. The jumper drops. Boomer's got 7 points here in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in. With half the game in the books, a bit of ground to make up for Golden State.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
You're like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. And now, moving on, a look at the players of the week deserving of the recognition. In the West, Ja Morant.
Well, you watch Morant, he gives you the sizzle, he gives you the steak, and he'll give you the sauce.
All right, Ernie, when are we eating? Let's take a break. Did you hear that, Ernie? Sizzle, steak, and sauce? That's a triple S meal down at the restaurant around the corner.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Kicking off the second half, here's Steve Kerr's 5. We've got Jeremy Sohan. He's out there with Butler. Brandon Pajimski out there with Robert Williams. And it's Hendricks in at the point. Warriors trail by 7. Here's Podziemski. Counted from distance.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
And the Lakers shooting 59% in this one. A good average. Here's Boomer. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Boomer's got 17.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Pass to Hendricks. Knocks it loose. Portis with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Boomer. Warriors with the rebound. After this one, they're off to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. Yep, that one goes.
Butler's so proficient at shooting off the dribble. He has a good feel for where his shot can come from and how he can get to that pull-up jump shot.
Here's Boomer. And he gets it to go. He's 8 of 11 now.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Hendricks. It's hauled in by Portis. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 6-point game. And down it goes. 2 points. He's got 5.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Pass to Hendricks. Now here's Podziemski. To the paint. The rebound by Bridges. The Lakers lead by 8. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Back to Sohan. Just 5 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Sohan's got his second bucket of the night. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Pass to Bridges. Here's Boomer. It up with both hands and rips it down.
Yeah, making the smart pass there. I mean, Bridges doesn't just hold the ball.
Warriors trail by 8. And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And some changes here for... The Warriors shooting pretty well at 45%. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Najee Marshall. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Boomer in at the point guard position. That's the Laker 5.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Off target with the 3.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Here's Hood-Schifino. He shoots a 3. Vanderbilt pulls it in. Vanderbilt's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Reeves. Six on the shot clock. Unloads. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Lakers lead by 11. Here's Hood-Schifino. Soft touch off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Boomer. Drops in the three. Boomer's got 24 points.
Looking to find the rhythm he had in the first half. That's now his 4th three-pointer of the game.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. And the Lakers will go for a different look here. Williams is checked in for Vanderbilt. Portis comes in for Marshall. Mikal Bridges checked in for Reeves. And Connect subbed in for Doncic. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He told his guys to, quote, turn it up. Going on to say, only way we get out of this hole is with effort, incredible effort. So show me what you can do out there. It's a big ask, but we'll see what happens. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Boomer. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Pass to Hendricks. Podziemski with it. Here's Butler. Oh, JB, look out.
Easy to see why Butler gets so much respect for his competitiveness. I mean, he thrives at finishing through contact.
Here's Boomer. Out to the right wing. And here's Connect outside. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on deep.
Williams, a screen on Bridges. Here's Butler. The shot that time not on target. The Lakers lead by 15. Bridges outside. Pass to Portis. And here's Bridges. And here's Connect outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Connect's got 6 points in the quarter.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Now Podziemski. Sohan outside. Williams a screen on Portis. The shot by Sohan no good. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 13-4 run.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Lakers.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just two tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
Well, this 4-game season series promises to be an exciting one. And tonight, they grabbed the early lead, going up 1-0 against the Warriors.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Boomer.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Portis outside. Here's Boomer. Can he keep it going? Williams grabs the board. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Hendricks. Williams a screen on Portis. And Portis comes to help. Outside Podziemski. And the 3 off target. Here's Boomer going inside. And it's good. 2 points. Boomer's got 30. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. and we'll see you next time.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.
Good win. Let's keep it going. New Orleans gets after it. Going to be a rowdy crowd out there.
Hey, ready, MP?
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. And now the Lakers starting group. Connect out there with Boomer. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Williams. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And for New Orleans, we've got Trey Murphy. Griffin out there with DeJounte Murray. Then there's Williamson. And it's Sharp in at the center position. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Here we go.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. Here is Boomer. He's covered by Murray. Boomer the pass to Portis. Clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And that one is good. Bridges has got the opening bucket of the night here for Los Angeles.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Williamson. And no good that time. Great D that time from Portis. So, Coach, thinking about Zion Williamson and his impact on the game, sometimes his playmaking can be overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, Kevin, this guy is really unselfish, and I think Zion actually relishes setting up teammates for shots more than he likes to score. He knows he's going to draw a lot of attention, and he creates shots for his team.
Just hearing you talk, I know you really like him, even personally, don't you? You love him as a player, but personally you like him.
Just a great person. Well, if Murray can get that close to the hoop, he's going to make sure he converts.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Here's Boone, pass to connect. The three, now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Murray. Williamson outside. It's rebounded by Portis.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Here's Boone. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Well, they've started this game strong offensively. 3 out of their first 4 attempts.
Pass to Sharp. Williamson with it. Williamson double team. Wide open. Rebounded by the Lakers. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Boomer in the last game against the Warriors was a man on a mission. He finished with 30 points, and he was dialed in with his shooting. Very few misses out there. It's safe to say he's out of his funk after a game like that. And we'll see if he can keep it rolling tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And so it's the Lakers with it. After DeJounte Murray was able to get the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Sharp. Inside. Here's Griffin. And rebounded by Connect. Here are the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Fires for 3. Boomer, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Connect. No good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Murray surveying the D. This one for 3. Rebound by Williams. Lakers leading by 8. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Here is Boomer. He's covered by Murray. Boomer gets the bucket. Boomer's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Murray. He's guarded by Boone. There's the 3. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And glad to have you with us, folks. Teams changing it up here. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. The Lakers, number 1.
They were remarkable in terms of their efficiency on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they did a great job of finding the open man and working for great looks. Really just an unselfish group.
Sharp out there with Williamson. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Griffin in at the 2. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Here is Boomer. He's covered by Murray. Boomer gets the bucket. Boomer's got 9.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
How about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball? And defensively stand, the Pelicans look to try and switch as much as they can.
Yeah, Kevin, and it makes sense with their personnel. It can mean reduced minutes for traditional centers at times, but that's the defensive philosophy they've committed to.
Here is Boomer. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. Williamson right side. Murray outside. Shot clock at 5. The putback. They get it back. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here's Doncic. Goes back up. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 7.
And getting the shot he wanted. Murray loves it from in close.
Here's Boone. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
Defying the laws of physics, Zion Williams.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Boomer gets the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Williamson. There's 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Sharp. Williamson looking it over. It's hauled in by Doncic.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Los Angeles Lakers.
They're moving well on offense. Great teamwork. Maybe not as strong as our teamwork, but whose is?
How about your old Lakers team?
What I remember seeing, they pass the ball into Shaq, Ernie, and it never comes back out.
That's why they call me the Shaq Hole.
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
You know, for the Pelicans, I don't look at win-loss records at this point. I want to see improvement from game to game.
I wish fans saw it that way. Most of the time, it's about instant gratification. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. A fantastic game from Boomer in this one.
He's definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Dan, we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Williams, Boomer out there with Connect. Then there's Bobby Portis, and it's Bridges in at the 3. Now here's Murray. 7 points in the game. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Boomer, no good. Pelicans trail by 14. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Sharp sets the pick for Murray. Again, the miss by Murray.
Well, 4 failed attempts to start this half. Not what they wanted out of the locker room.
Out to Bridges. Six to shoot. From past the arc. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And checking out the stats for Boomer. He's coming off an excellent season, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And you pointed out his ranking as the 2nd best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become number 1 this time around. That's tipped. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. Stan, no one knows Williamson's game more than you. You know it firsthand. Zion's physicality makes him incredibly difficult to defend.
Well, there's no question, Kevin. He's virtually unstoppable going to the basket. But as time goes on, you know everybody's athleticism decreases a little. If he's going to age well in the league, he's going to need to have that jump shot as a weapon.
I'm sure you told him that, didn't you?
I tried.
Here's Murray after Mikal Bridges' bucket. 13 feet away. Murray, good. Murray's got 9 points.
Yeah, over the years, Murray has worked to make himself a 3-level scorer.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Williams. Marshall comes in for Portis. Austin Reeves is checked in for Bridges. And Doncic is subbed in for Connect. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Pelicans. 19-point game. Pass to Griffin. Shoots the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Griffin's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here is Boomer. 22 points for him. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Grimes is checked in.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Here's Boone. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 15. Oh, Griffin in position. Marshall with the steal. Pass to Boomer. And the layup's good off the glass. Boomer's got 24.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. They set the screen to the inside. Messi, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Pelicans have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Team's making some changes here. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Murray finds Griffin. And the call will be against Dalton Connect. That is his first foul of the game. Williamson with it. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, that's Zion's bread and butter. Absorbing and dishing out contact inside.
Murray out there with Griffin. Then it's Sharp. Then there's Trey Murphy. And it's Williamson in at the 4. That's the Pelicans 5.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Williamson. Just 5 on the clock. Had the space there, but it's offline.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Boomer the pass to Williams. Now Connect. Bridges a screen on Griffin. Pass to Portis. A 3-ball. Traps in the tray.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, "Can you believe that?"
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Boomer.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Now, here's Doncic. Here's Boone. Again, the miss by the Lakers. Here's Hawkins. Reeves with the rebound. 36 seconds left in the game. Pass to Boomer. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Boomer's got 30.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Here's Grimes. They set the pick. Back to Clark. The layup off target. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.